And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Coach's Corner here with the Orange Lions. And man, have I been looking forward to this. I know Tim Porter has been looking forward to this. Marvin Rashad, the brand new basketball coach here at Orange High School, to sit down with you, man. First off, you make me look tiny, like very small, like very small. When you think about the opportunity here at Orange, your first year, I know you're excited.
Yes.
We were on a conference call together earlier this year,
Yeah.
and you were all amped up.
Yes, sir.
For you, what does this opportunity look like? What do you see when they brought you in and said, what can you do for the Lion basketball program? What were some of your answers?
To change the culture, basketball is a blessing. It's been a blessing to me. It teaches me lessons. It has taught me lessons on the court, obviously being a player, a former player, and also in life. It showed me what motivation is. It showed me what discipline is. It showed me what hard work looks like. It showed me what adversity looks like. So all of those things I implement back in everyday living, and that's my calling. I feel like that's why I'm here. It's like a Cinderella story, you know. I tell the story to my guys. I tell it to anybody that listens. You know, I was at Shaw High School previously. We played Orange 3 years ago in the sectional championship to go to districts, and we won. And we were evenly talented, so it wasn't like we were really good. You know, I had a pretty good year at Shaw that year, but we weren't favored to beat them guys. And when they came to Shaw, and we won. And you know, the legend has it, I opened the eyes of the AD in that moment because of what he thought he was getting when they came to play Shaw.
No kidding.
Thought he was going to get some kids that wasn't disciplined, that weren't coachable, that, you know, were going to just kind of, you know, let their personal the way that their personal game during the game take them out.
Yeah.
And Orange would win, but that went the other way. So, you know, it was an impressive thing for him. It was like, okay, I was told that these guys weren't going to have any discipline or would be uncontrolled. We're going to beat them. And I walk in the gym, and this guy has total control over kids that people say are uncontrollable. So for me, you never know who's watching, because I never would have thought a million years I would be coaching here, and I'm just blessed and happy that this opportunity has came.
I know that Tim was extremely excited. He's still like we're talking in the fall, we're talking in the summer,
That's
and
awesome.
he's talking about you.
Oh man, that's awesome.
To have that impression, right? And there was, I don't want to say discipline problems because that wasn't the way, but just the way that Orange played
Right.
the last few years, it was just kind of unchecked.
Right.
What are some of the things that you've done or you've implemented in this year that you're going to let those guys be impressionable every time they walk into a gymnasium?
I let them know that they are representing themselves, their families, but also their school and also me.
Yeah.
You know, being a head coach, you are in control of everything that's basketball in the school. So even the freshman team, I told them, you guys are a representation of yourself, your family, your school, but everything you do reflects back to me and ends up in my lap because I am the coach. So you have to move like you have something to lose. Being a student athlete, being an athlete at any level, you know, comes with a certain responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. So I demand that these guys not be perfect, but be responsible, be accountable, and move like they have something to lose. And that's what I try to preach on to the guys.
All right, so I got to ask you, you're sitting there. The first list of invitees comes in. There's 60 guys that want to play basketball for you. Look at that smile on your face, man. Like, nowhere around here has that. For you, how do you process that? Because I don't know that there's any coaches out there that have ever had a problem with 60 guys wanting to play hoops for them.
It's humbling. It's very, very humbling, but it's exciting.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what I feel like I was put here to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about that it's 60 kids that want to play. It's the fact that it's 60 kids, like you said, that want to play for a new coach, you know, in a place that, from what I was told, didn't have many players in the program
Usually
last
you got to
year.
win them over.
You got to win them. Like, the guys showed up, and I'm just grateful. And I'm excited because this is a great place. This is a great community. This is a great city. This campus is beautiful. It's like a college. Like, I literally, like, I say it all the time. I don't want to go. I'm not going anywhere. They have to pull me out of here kicking and screaming. I'm not looking to move to another high school. I'm not looking for no college job. Like, this is home. Like, I'm home now, and I'm just really really grateful that this opportunity is here, and I'm going to do everything I can to take advantage of it.
Cleveland is a community that loves basketball,
Yeah.
man. I mean, obviously we know that they love the Browns and they know the Guardians, but the Cavs and that trickles down because high school hoops is huge here,
Yeah,
huge.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
on my way up here, it just gets bigger and bigger, right?
Mhm.
Everybody talks about how great we come from the Youngstown area, the 330.
Okay.
You here in Cleveland,
Yeah.
it's a different level of basketball.
Absolutely.
How do you manage the expectations for first year? We talked to Coach Brown earlier. She's in her second year.
Right.
That's the biggest jump. You're on the
Right.
runway right now.
Yeah.
You got your expectations,
Yeah.
but how do you level them, or do you level them at this point, or you just let it fly?
So, I took this approach. I told the guys that what they want out of basketball is what they put in. So for me, it's giving them extreme confidence. It's giving them free range to play basketball without thinking about making a mistake. Basketball is the game of mistakes. So, people that play scared or feel like they're going to shoot, they take a shot, they're going to come out, they turn over. Like, I'm told them, this is going to be the most fun that they probably ever had, but it's still going to be structure. It's still going to be discipline. It's just going to be within what I'm asking you to do. So I don't think I think the learning curve for my guys is really high, but at the same time, I think they're still adjusting to having freedom. Like I kind of heard Ernie saying, like, no, if I see that you could make a play for us, go make the play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just excited that they are receptive to me. A lot of times, switching new coaches, especially for seniors that been with somebody for 3 years, now they're gone and it's a new face and they're not sure. It could be tricky. It could be standoffish. It could be pushback. And these guys have embraced me since the day that I've got here up until now. And like I tell them all the time, I'm like in love with them already, and they ain't played a second. Pause, bro. Like I love them guys that they haven't played a second for me. You know what I mean?
I love it. That's phenomenal. How for you? That's as a guy that's played at the next level, and you've got guys that want to play at the next level. I mean, we heard Ernie talk about like he wants to get there, and he looks up to you. He admires you as a guy that
awesome.
inspires him.
That's awesome.
To have 3 of these guys that want to play at the next level, what are you telling them? How do you tell them to get there in a world that the transfer portal's there and this and that? It's a different world than when we went to school.
It is.
How do you keep them motivated and kind of keep that carrot dangling in front of them?
So I like to use the terminology, and I said it today, I have to put it in their face. So if they tell me that college basketball is something they want to do, I say quick, hey, you can't get away with this at the next level. Like, you got to be able to listen. If a coach at the next level tells you to do this, do that, you got to do it. It ain't about explaining what you saw, why you didn't do what you did. It's, okay, my bad, coach, and fix it. You know what I mean? College basketball is, at every level, is extremely competitive. The best guys from every other place from where their prospective cities come, they all in one place fighting for minutes.
For 5 spots.
So and everybody can play.
Yeah.
When you recruited, the coach is telling everybody the same thing because he wants all the best players to come and then let them figure it out with who comes out on top. So you have to be able to be ready for – you got to have tough skin. You got to be able to compete. You got to be able to have a bad day and turn it around and come have 2 or 3 good ones. That's what I try to tell the guys. Like, nothing is easy. Nothing is just handed to you. You have to be ready to fight, and that's what Orange basketball is doing this year. We bring in a fight. We're not waiting to get swung. Somebody punch us in the mouth. We try to come out swinging. Even if the scoreboard don't say that, you won't be able to walk into the gym and say, well, Orange don't look like they down because they scrapping, they playing, they fighting, so we don't know who's winning until we turn around.
They're going to know they play you.
There you go. And that's just the kind of mentality I'm trying to put on the guys right now.
I know that you put in and you said something about this being a Cinderella story for you.
Yeah.
Why is it – when did you come to realize that this is a Cinderella story for you?
So it was getting passed up on. Like, I loved my time at Shaw. I'll never have a bad thing to say about East Cleveland and the people that I encountered and supported me while I was there for 3 years. But I also knew that wasn't the end all for me. My goal is to be a long tenured head coach. I want to be a head coach somewhere for the next
Build a
15.
program.
I want to build. I want to be a high school basketball. I want to retire as a high school basketball coach
No kidding.
who did something great in a place for 15, 20, 25 years and changed a lot of lives and helped a lot of young men, young boys turn into great men. So in a place like that, you need support. You need facilities. You need a good school district. You need all the stuff that Orange is. And the second I was getting passed up on for jobs that I was applying to because I knew, my time at Shaw was going to come to an end. So my phone was ringing and I was getting down and a finalist for certain jobs and I was just getting passed up on and I didn't understand why. I was getting frustrated because I knew I could coach. I knew I was ready.
Yeah.
I knew I did what I was supposed to do, but I was getting passed on.
Yeah.
So my phone rang and it was Tim and it was this school and it was like, holy smoke, I didn't see this coming. And it's like, no, this is the one. My wife's like, and I'm thinking when they're going to pass up on me, it's going to be some guy at the bottom of the resume pile who graduated from here and they're going to give him the job because nepotism is a thing.
Oh, it's real.
In high school with high school jobs. So I was like, I'm probably not going to get this one either. So I was just kind of defeated and deflated, and she was like, no, I got a feeling that this is the one. This is why you were getting passed up on. So when it all happened and I sat back and I thought about them dudes coming in there 3 years ago and we playing Orange and I talked to Tim and he's like, yeah, you were impressive and I knew you were on my list and he just get to running down everything, how it played out. It turned into that. It turned into a Cinderella story of a place that I had auditioned for 3 years ago coaching in the sectionals to go districts. Incredible. And now I'm here.
Down in the school. Last question I have for you here tonight because we're going to make this a thing because I really enjoyed this.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You mentioned, and I guess to set this up, high school basketball coaches, football coaches, whatever, aren't getting rich. They're not doing it for the salary. They're doing it for the evolution of the game and to change kids' lives, young men, as you said.
Absolutely.
Who instilled that in you? That you're set out for bigger things than filling your bank account. You're filling people's lives and echoing the ripple effect. Who instilled that in you, and how did they do that?
I played for a lot of good coaches. My college, my high school, my junior high. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My junior high coach, Nathaniel Wright, was the first coach that I felt like actually cared about me outside of basketball. And I told him this recently. We still talk on Facebook from time to time, and I've been name dropping his name lately. But having a coach that cares about you outside of what you may or may not do on a basketball court is priceless. And for me, I hadn't had that my entire career. I had great coaches, great role models, great guys that knew their X's and O's and things of that nature. But I didn't necessarily feel like I had a bunch of coaches that actually cared about me. Like, how are you getting home? How you eating? How's your mom? Like, and really mean it. Not say it, but actually mean it.
Yep.
So for me, I was inspired right there in 7th grade when I started playing for him. And I felt like, man, this dude really liked me. This dude really cared. And it made me want to play hard for him. It made me want to be the best version of myself. And he let me be me. He let me play inside of what he wanted. So I was like, if I ever wanted to be a coach, this is the kind of coach I want to be.
That's incredible.
And so that's how, 7th grade is what sparked it. I went on. I had a great career. But in my senior yearbook, I wrote down what did I want to be doing 20 years from now. And it was just finishing up for playing some type of pro basketball, which I did. I played overseas for 4 years after I graduated from Fairmont. And I wanted to be a high school varsity basketball coach. So everything that I've done, everything that I've typed
Checking
out,
those boxes, man.
I checked them. So for me, I'm a walking success story.
Sir.
It has nothing to do with the amount of money I make every year. It's the fact that I'm impacting young men, changing their lives, making them strive for greatness, strive to be better, the best version of themselves, and just being a good mentor and role model to them as they move forward in life. And they can look back and say, man, my coach cared about me. My coach loved me. That's my superpower. I care immediately. The second you cross me, I care, and I want the best for you. And then we go try to figure out what that looks like.
Coach Marvin, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you,
We're
man.
rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Marvin
it.
Rashad here, head coach of Orange. Back
Yes,
after
sir.
this.
Let's go.